while ago, I made a video on making a backing plate for your lathe chucks so that you can use it on your rotary table on the mill. And it seemed to work just fine, but it does take quite a while to get that rotary or to get the chuck set up on the rotary table so that it is in the middle of the rotary table and centered to the rotary table. So what I decided to do is I made up this tapered piece that fits into the Morse taper hole on the rotary table. And I drilled a hole in it, and I press fitted a 1/4 inch piece of drill rod in here. I also put some Loctite on that, just to ensure that it really did stay in there. Now what I'm going to do is get some Prussian blue, glue it up, and we'll put it in the rotary table and move it around and see what kind of a contact we have, see if we've got a really decent fit or not. Alright, we've got our tapered part glued up. I'm not going to be able to turn too much like this. I'm not going to be able to do that because I just have this small shaft to work with. So I'm going to put it in there and give it a pretty good tap in there. And then we'll knock it back out again. And see what we've got. Okay. I'm seeing evidence here of contact. Actually, I'm seeing evidence all the way around here pretty good, which is surprising because it's a little bit of a rough cut. But it seems to stick in there pretty good. And if we just wipe that off now and stick it back in, it'd be interesting to take a flashlight and see what we can see inside. But what really matters is how well it stays in there. And when we go to knock that out, it is fairly tough to knock that out. I think we're going to be good with this. It looks pretty good. So the way that this is going to work, we have our chuck backplate that we've made up, and there's going to be a link in the description to the video that describes how we made this up. And what's going to happen is this will go in. This is our adapter. And then we have a hole in the mounting plate here that was drilled and reamed for a 1/4 inch, and we have a 1/4 inch drill rod, which is very close to being on size, if not perfect. And the chuck will be on here, and this will be situated on the little peg, like so. And then here are, well, we'll get that one in the way. We'll go like this. These will slide over and attach on here like so. And the same with that one. We'll tighten up on those, and our chuck will just be sitting on here already. We'll be good to go. So what we're going to do now is mount the chuck on here, put it in the mill, get it all centered like we want it, and do a run-out check to see how well this system works. What I expect is that we might not be perfect, because there's bound to be some kind of a little bit of slop here, because I was able to slide that on fairly easy. But I think it's going to get us so close that we won't be messing around indicating the thing for very long, if we have to indicate it at all. And the first thing we have to do, here's our chuck. We're going to mount the back plate on the chuck. Just line those holes up. I felt it slide into the register there. And we'll put the 3 screws in the chuck. Okay, we're set up with the indicator and we're going to rotate the rotary table 360 degrees. I already know that this old chuck has 3 thou run out on it to start with. So we wouldn't want to see any more than 3 thou run out if we have a perfect fit on here. Try to get you lined up so that you can view that indicator. And I think that's as close as we're going to get, and we're going to start rotating the table now. Each graduation is 5/10 on this indicator. So there is 5/10, there's 1 thou, 2 thou, 2.5, 3 thou, 3.5 thou, and we should be coming back the other way. Going back in the other direction now. We're headed for 0. Total so far is, and we're back to 0. So our total so far is 3.5 thou, which isn't bad. That means that our little project here has got us centered within 5/10. That's pretty darn good. I read the indicator incorrectly, so that did put us off center more than what I stated in the video. We're 1.5 thou off center, according to my calculations there. And that's still not all that bad, considering that could have probably been corrected by a better fit on that drill rod into the reamed hole. I think I got the reamed hole overly reamed. All right, here we have the same chuck with the same dowel mounted in it and a different indicator. This indicator is a 1/10 thousandths indicator, so each line is 1/10. That means that each marked number, like 1, 2, and 3, they are thousandths. And we're going to try to get you close enough so that you can see here. And rotate that chuck. We're just about on 0 there. There's 1 thou, 2, 3, back the other direction. So pretty darn close. Well, yep, there's 3 thou. That's the run out that's on that chuck.